What's up, Internet? Advantageous here, bringing you a post-commentary Wi-Fi battle. It's a little flashback. The only reason I'm doing this is because I had the live battle and it's got all the audio and everything. It's all cool. It's been edited. Problem is, it was an hour long. Not even kidding. Spoiler alert, it went to timer. So, I didn't want to put you guys through that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the description to the unlisted video of the live battle in the description of this video, and you guys can go watch it. It will be ad-free, so you are free to watch it at your own leisure. It was annoying to face this. I mean, look at the fatness on this team. It was crazy. So I'm going to get into it because it was a long battle. The post-commentary is even longer. So I don't want to hold you guys up. So here I was predicting a Darmanitan lead. So I lead with Corsola to get the rocks up. And unfortunately he leads with Slowbro, and I know 100% Calm Mind is coming. So I don't want to let this thing set up in my face. So I'm going to switch out into Zapdos. If he does go for the Calm Mind, I was thinking either I could scare it out with an electric type move or Toxic it if he wants to keep this up. You might just be going for like the straight up 6-0 with the unkillable Slowbro. So luckily, I do get a swap, but he swaps into Blissey to soak up whatever hit we want. So I go for the Toxic. It misses, not a big deal, just because Chansey obviously has natural cures, so we can switch right out. So my only switch into this, this was like the thing I wanted to get Toxic the most out of all 6 of my Mons. I'm like, I don't want Zapdos Toxic because I'm gonna need it. Because if I'm gonna take out this team, I'm gonna have to wear it down. Zapdos is bulky and can easily wear this team down. So, I go for the Power Up Punch here as he's just gonna switch right back into Slowbro, which was a risky move. Because most Greninjas are special and they carry both Dark Pulse and Grass Knot, which would like 2-hit KO Slowbro. So I didn't really understand that switch, but it worked because, yeah, I'm a physical set, I can't touch this. I have Waterfall, Ice Punch, Rock Slide, Power Punch. So, my only choice is to switch right back into Zapdos. And then he reveals the Mega Slowbro. Oh boy. It's gonna be hard to take down, like I need to get a Toxic off on this. And just so you know, this is a 68 turn battle. So this was a long battle. So he's gonna get the Calm Mind up, and so on this turn he is gonna switch into Rosary, predicting my Toxic this time, because probably didn't want Blissey to actually get Toxic, even though it didn't matter. So he soaks that up. I am carrying Heat Wave, so he's not gonna get a free hit. He goes for T-Spike. Oh, that's bad because I wanted Defog over Heat Wave on him, but I couldn't get it because it's a 4th gen move. And the static Zapdos is 6th gen only, so I couldn't do anything. So Heat Wave connects, brings it down low. He's gonna switch out because he doesn't want to lose his Roserade to get up another layer of spikes. So in comes the Blissey, and I'm like, ugh, this is gonna be hard. So at this point, I'm realizing that I have to be patient. This is a very fat team that is relying on wearing me down. Like I can't. And I don't really have like a solid wall breaker at all. So here I know a Toxic coming. I can't let Zapdos get Toxic, so I switch right back into Greninja, who can take that for days. Or, you know, he's already Toxic, so I can't do anything. So here, I know the Slowbro is coming in. We're just gonna keep doing this dance. I'm gonna keep getting whittled down, so I gotta make some plays to get ahead, but I still have to be patient. I can make those plays and get some damage off, but I can't just blow up Pokemon one at a time. So he brings up the Slowbro, and he's probably thinking he's fully defensive invested, and I cannot touch him. But little does he know, I am Choice Specs, Modest, Freeze Dry. And look at that damage. I calced it, you'll see in the live version, I calced that amount, and it was supposed to do 90% max to the Slowbro with 0 special defense investment. So he must have had like a negative special defense nature to take that so poorly, because I almost OHKO'd him. That was crazy, and I love it. Out comes Darmanitan. Oh, you know what probably happened? I probably had it calc for level 100. So he brings in Darmanitan to take the freeze dry, and like, look at how much that does. Like, if I wasn't Specs, I would have gone for a different move, knowing that it would have taken out, but I can't change my move, obviously. So I don't want to take a Flare Blitz. I am Thick Fat, but I'm not going to take it well, so I switch out into Corsola. I get poisoned, unfortunately, but can't do much about it. And Flare Blitz comes my way. Watch how good all this does. That's a Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan. And that did 37 damage to me. Oh, that was great. So this was the only, like, wall breaker I think the guy had on his team. Was this really powerful, and he switches out, so I'm guessing he's either Choice Scarf, which is most likely him. I don't think he was Banded. So here, I want to get the rock stuff, but if he switches in Slowbro, I can't take it out before he gets the sock off, and I'm not going to be able to pull off my freeze dry trick again. I got it off once, it worked, I won't be able to do it again, because there's no way he's going to stay. So, I go into my Greninja, ready to take it out, but luckily he brings in the Blissey, which is perfect, and he stays in for this power-up punch, maybe predicting me to switch out again. As Blissey goes for a Charge Beam, so it's a Charge Beam boosting set. I thought it was going to go for Seismic Toss. So here in this next turn, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that Power Punch might be enough, but I need a high roll to take this thing out. And it'd be so great, and it lives on a sliver of health. I'm like, oh, my heart. And he goes for Soft Boils, and I'm like, oh, I was so close to taking this out. That would have been his two fattest Mons gone. Slowbro would have had nothing left, and this Blissey would have been gone. And then all I would have had to do was just whittle the rest of his team down. So it was frustrating to not get that. So I know he's going to switch out here, so I just go for my most powerful attack. I think Ice Punch might have been more powerful. I don't know, but I go for Waterfall here. Should have gone for Rock Slide. So Rock Slide would have been the best move for me, but it doesn't matter. Rotom comes in, it still does a fair amount, but it's clearly very defensively bulky, probably with Will-O-Wisp. And that's just, yeah. Probably has Hex too, like with the T-Spike set. Want to run Hex because everything's going to get things. So here, I bring in Superior to scare it out because he thinks that I'm going to go for the, what do you call it? Leaf Storm to start boosting. So he brings in Roserade. That was coming though. So I go for the knockoff to take this thing out. Yay me, I make a play. And that's all I can keep doing. So I finally get rid of one of his Mons. He's been preserving each Mon as he goes. Like, they're getting so low and he just wants to preserve them no matter what. So he comes Darmanitan. I can't live a Flare Blitz, and I would badly live a U-turn. So I don't want to take either of those. I switch out Corsola, and he goes for the U-turn, so wouldn't have mattered. I couldn't stay in anyways. And now I know, like, Superior is going to be pretty much, like, switch fodder for this Darmanitan. Whatever he goes for, he comes in. And then in comes the Whimsicott. And after this battle, I hate Whimsicott so much. Like, we need to ban this thing. This thing needs to not be allowed to have Prankster. Because it's ridiculous. So, he goes for the sub. Thinking back later game, it probably would have been better just to damage this thing. So I know an Encore is coming my way. Like, I didn't mind going for the Stealth Rock because I knew I would at least bait in an Encore from him. So I switch. So here on this next turn, I'm definitely going to switch out into my Zapdos, who does have the Heat Wave. So the only issue with this is, yeah, I have to hit my Heat Wave. And I was thinking this thing would likely have Leech Seed as well, and then one, like, attacking move maybe, or it might be Toxic to wear it down. So he goes for the Leech Seed. That's rather annoying, as I do get a Heat Wave off, and then I'm looking at this thing and it's just getting health all day long. And I'm thinking, oh, how am I gonna beat this? This is gonna be tough. I don't really have priority on my team. The only priority I have is Vacuum Wave on Infernape. Something like that. so it's not going to do anything. Like, I don't even think, even if I got a nasty plot up, that I'd be able to break the sub. And I think it's faster than me too, so that would mean that it would just encore me into nasty plot. So, you can see after you get the sub up, you'll see after the leech seed and leftovers, he's pretty much going to be back up to full, and this is just, yeah, it's just going to keep wearing me down all day. So I don't know what I can do to this thing at this point. Yeah, so you see it pretty much gets up to full. So at this point, I gotta make a play. I gotta hope that he misses a leech seed. I basically gotta switch out and hope that he misses a leech seed on whatever mon comes in. So I switch out into another mon, and he switches out into Blissey, so I'm like, okay, that's nice. I switched out into Superior because I was immune to leech seed. But the unfortunate thing is I couldn't actually touch it, because I have Leaf Blade, Aqua Tail, Knockoff, and Dragon Tail. So I couldn't actually touch it. So here, I go for Knockoff on the Blissey, get rid of its leftovers, as it will go for the Stop Oil. So it's being quite annoying. I can't toxic it. It's so hard to take this thing down if you don't have a physical wall breaker. So here I go for Leaf Blade just to basically damage check how much I can do to this thing. So I'd have to have it whittled down pretty low in order to be able to take it out. And then I realized that he's just going to keep, like, he's going to soft boil stall me with this poison damage, so there's no point in me staying in. It's a battle, he wins. So I switch into Zapdos, hoping to get it, as he switches out into Darmanitan. Interesting, because I almost went to Greninja, actually. So here, I don't want to take a big hit. Zapdos is defensively bulky, but thinking back on it, I probably should have, because I am Rocky Helmet, it would have done good damage to this. So I switched Corsola, and now I'm really worried about Slowbro coming in. Luckily he switches into Rotom. The pro play, this is where he kind of just relies on himself to get him by, but the pro play would have been to bring Slowbro in and like go for the Slack off, hoping that I couldn't take him out. Because I don't believe I've revealed any attacking moves yet. I've just been bringing it in to soak up hits, which is great when you think about it. So here, he's been making, so I'm definitely predicting a Volt Switch, or a Thunderbolt, whatever. It does come off. So I know he's probably got Hydro Pump, and I don't know if I have speed. I checked this. I'm base 80, he's base 86. So unless he's not speed invested, which I didn't think he would be because it's a bulky team, which he wasn't, Freeze Drag goes off and you're not living. I'm guessing that was a physically defensive Rotom. Because the damage calc said, like, if it had special defensive investment, I would not be able to take it out, which is crazy. Like, that's how bulky Rotom is, or maybe that's just how bad Arcanine's special defense is. So here brings in Darmanitan. I'm thinking, okay, you have one turn left. You're like, you can't switch in anymore. So I'm like, you're gonna go for Flare Blitz. I'm just gonna switch right back into Corsola. He goes for the U-turn. I'm like, why would you do that? You die. And he gets a crit, which kind of sucks. But what can you do? So he's going to switch into Whimsicott. And now here was the showdown that I needed. I haven't seen any physical move from him. I have not revealed any of my moves yet, other than Stealth Rock. So that's all I've revealed. So now I'm in a position where he cannot get a Substitute and a Leech Seed up on the same turn. And with leftovers, I am healing up enough where I'm slowly getting whittled down, but not enough to do anything. So now I finally reveal the Ice Beam. And I'm in a position where he cannot Leech Seed me safely. So he has to keep, like, hitting me. He probably could realize that I wouldn't actually do that much to him anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. Like, he could just go for a Leech Seed without the sub up, and then just keep subbing anyway after that. So he's just going to keep going for Substitute, because, yeah, he can't actually touch me just yet. He's got to wait for the sub to get up. So then I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, he can get 2 more subs, and I can live 3 more turns of poison. So I'm in a really solid position to finally, like, get this thing out of my face. Because I'm tired of looking at it, I'm tired of it setting up on me. I wish I had taunt on one of my Pokemon, just to handle it, because I'm just, like, so sick of looking at it. Sick of this crap. So, I knew that I was gonna win this war, but I didn't know when he was gonna switch. So on this turn, he switches into Blissey. I'm like, come on, get a freeze. It means nothing, but at least I'll get something. The Ice Beam, yeah, I had to keep going for it. I can't let that Whimsicott get a Leech Seed up. So, Blissey eats that thing up. I did like negative damage. The leftovers probably heal up more than I actually did. Oh wait, no, I knocked off the leftovers, which is good. So here I'm going to switch into Zapdos, and at this point I'm like, okay, he's got a Darmanitan that dies on entry, a Slowbro that dies on entry, he's got a Whimsicott, and he's got a Blissey. So all I need to do is Toxic this thing, and like this is where I'm trying to think like endgame. I need to force Whimsicott in, and like on a turn where I switch into something that can take care of it. So what I need to do is I need to get a Toxic up on this Blissey at a point where I'm forcing it to switch out because the toxic damage is too much, and then I predict that switch and go into a mon that can take it. So I need to get it up, so I gotta keep switching back and forth here. At least I'm getting my regenerator back. So I go for the toxic on this, hoping that he either misses his toxic or predicts me to switch back into Corsola, which he does. So he goes for the charge beam. It's not doing much to me, and I just need to make sure Zapdos doesn't get off. So now, I'm playing mind games here. I gotta think, when is he gonna switch? Because he's gotta switch at some point. So here, I bring in Mamoswine to start chipping away at it. I only did that to, like, soak up the charge beam. I feel like I brought this in a few turns too early, because I could pretty much stall out that Whimsicott. Like, I can really keep it from... I would just not allow it to set up. Freeze Dry, I don't think was my most powerful move, but it was the only thing I could do because I had to make sure that Whimsicott was not. So now I need to basically PP stall this Blissey, because it can't touch me. It looks like its only offensive move is Charge Beam. I don't even think I ever saw the 4th move. It was Charge Beam, Toxic, and... Wait, did I say Soft Boil? Charge Beam, Toxic, Soft Boil. Those are the only moves I ever saw. So here, I get 1 turn left of Freeze Dry. So if that Whimsicott tries to switch in, it's gonna take a... It won't live. I needed like a super mega crit there to take Blissey out. So I knew it would just keep stalling me out. But at this point, it's got enough toxic damage on it where I believe that it's gonna switch out very shortly. And I'm gonna be in a super solid position where I can finally take it out. Like I can get the upper hand, I can finish this battle off. So I'm predicting it's probably, even at full health, probably has 2, maybe 3 more turns left. So this is the point where I decided to bring in Infernape. It's at a point where I calc it, I can take it out with Fire Blast, but I missed. And I was so sad, because I had a chance to take this Blissey out, and I didn't get it. So, the salt was getting a little real at this point, because I made the pro play, I did what I had to do. So now, unfortunately, he's going to switch out into Darmanitan. So finally making a proper play and sacking off Darmanitan. And he only did this to get rid of the Toxic on Blissey, because as you can see, he's just going to bring Blissey right back in. And I have Vacuum Wave, but Fire Blast still does more to this. So it's unfortunate. I don't want to... I could have gone for the Fire Blast. It looked like it was within range, but I couldn't risk it, so I had to switch back into Zapdos, and I had to get a Toxic back up. And at this point, I'm okay with Zapdos getting Toxic, because I can keep switching back and forth, and not letting the Toxic damage rack up on me. So at this point, I realize it's getting to the end of the game, and I need to make the plays. I still need to be patient. I'm okay with letting Zapdos get poisoned, because I can take it. It's been going on for 20 minutes, man. This battle is so long. So here I just want to get my health back up. And I don't know. It's gonna be a while. I need something to solid again. So same thing. He can still probably go back into. He can probably switch into Slowbro and get rid of it. So here, after getting my health up, I don't want to take any more toxic damage, so I switch back into Superior. And this was actually the big mistake of the game. Or if I had stayed in and gone for a hit, I probably could have done enough to stymie this Whimsicott. So the only choice I've got here, I can't let it get a free sub. I have to go for a move on it to take out its sub. So I have to damage count. I'm hoping that a knockoff will be enough. It's the only thing I can really go for. So I go for the knockoff, and it's not enough. So I'm like, okay. So at this point in the game, I looked at the damage timer, and I'm sorry guys, I'm not proud of this, but I realized that my only win con was to timer stall this guy. And I realized, like, it felt shameful, and I knew I wasn't going to take anything out of this thing. As he actually goes for a Leech Seed on my Superior. I don't know if he predicted the switch out there, but I'm like, really? You Leech Seeded a Grass type? Like, that is disgusting. I'm like, I don't get why you would do that. So, at this point, I realized that he has no offensive presence against me. I think Whimsicott does reveal its final move on this turn. As I do switch into Corsola, so yeah, it reveals its final move, which is Moon Blast. And that's not going to do much to Corsola, because I am defensive invested and Whimsicott likely fully health invested. Which is fine. So now I'm seeing at this point that he has no offensive presence against me. I can't break down these two walls, but he also can't break through me. And I'm looking at my Mons, and I'm up 4-3. And that's probably why he kept his Darmanitan in Slowbro around, or differential. But I'm in the lead. And all of my Mons are like poisoned at this point, but if I switch back and forth between my two Mons that can keep recovering, then I can't lose. He can't actually bring me down to 0 health. And I don't know how the health checks work, percentage of health that you have left, or total hit points. Because if so, Blissey would absolutely win. Because there's no way I'm gonna make more, get more health back from that. So here, the only strategy I have left is to switch back and forth between Corsola and Zapdos. He's just gonna keep leech seeding me, but yeah. This is what I gotta do. I had to do it. I waited until the 99 seconds were completely up to pick my move. Sometimes I would go for Ice Beam or Heat Wave just for sub, to force him to go for sub again. Because I'm just, yeah, tired of looking at him behind the sub. It's wasting time with switches. But that was actually good because it wore the timer down a lot. Like in the last minute, after I made the last play that counted, when there were 60 seconds left, that's when I picked my move. And I think it was like 30 seconds left in the match by the time I got to go back into the menu to pick my next move. So we were essentially, it was essentially at a stymie, which was, or like it was nice because I could timer stall. I realized that I could force an endless battle. That's pretty much what it would have gone to, but he would have had to, like, I would have PP stalled him eventually. I think if like this was like an infinite timer battle, there's no way, because I can literally keep switching back and forth because he cannot beat me. And so that was at least nice. The only thing I guess that could have happened is if Blissey got like full charge beams on me, I suppose. Unfortunately, Rocky Helmet never triggered in the saddle the entire time Zapdos was here, just because he didn't have any offensive Mons, like any physically offensive Mons. And I noticed that Will-O-Wisp really didn't do much to this team. So it's kind of a boring end. I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that. I hated doing that. Like, spoiler alert, like, we're gonna get to it. I do come out on top. How many turns do I have? Okay, there's only one more turn after this. So at this point, yeah, I'm at full health. So he's gonna go for the leech seed. I do believe I just go for the ice beam. There was that point there, we missed it, where he missed 2 leech seeds in a row. That would have been my chance to do it, but yeah, I can't bank on leech seed missing. If this was literally like down to PP stalling, this is what I could have done, is just keep switching out of leech seed, going for heat wave or ice beam until he misses a leech seed. And then that would be the end of it. Like, and then I could break the sub and just keep willing him down, which is fine. So yeah, as Whimsicott finally gets back up to full health, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, you brought this scum to a passerby battle. Like, how badly do you want to win that you wasted an hour of my time? Once the battle timer runs out, I win. I beat the filth. And, so if I don't post videos for like a week, I'm going away for the long weekend coming up. So if I don't post for about a week, it's just because this battle just took everything out of me. Like, literally everything. So that's gonna do it for that one. So you guys, reminder, I am on Patreon. If you want to come and support me, I'll put the link to the live version in the description below, so if you want to go check that out, please do. It will be ad-free, as I mentioned. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I don't know if you did. This was filth. If you want to tell me about other times where you went up against Uberstall and disgusting filth, you know, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed at least watching me be patient. That was very difficult for me to be that patient, but I did my best and I came out on top. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.